Ever stare at the ceiling, picturing your own business empire built not just on bricks and mortar, but on passion and purpose? We've all been there, fueled by that spark of an idea that whispers endless possibilities. But then reality sets in, and suddenly, that empire feels less like a gleaming skyscraper and more like a wobbly cardboard castle. Fear not, intrepid entrepreneurs. Today, we're diving headfirst into the magic of fund allocation, the secret sauce that transforms dreams into reality. We'll be cracking the code on 10 ways to invest in your dream business, making sure every peso, dollar, or euro is a stepping stone towards your entrepreneurial Everest. This won't be your typical snooze fest of spreadsheets and jargon. We're talking about igniting your inner alchemist, turning passion into profit, and building a business that's not just successful, but soulful. So, buckle up, grab your metaphorical notebook and pen, and get ready to unleash the financial wizard within. Because in this journey, every penny counts, and every decision paves the path to your ultimate entrepreneurial victory. Let's get started. Welcome to Business Alchemy. Imagine you're at a bakery, fresh out of the oven, with trays upon trays of warm, gooey cookies. But there's a twist: you only have enough cookies for half the people waiting in line. Product allocation is like figuring out how to share those cookies fairly, making sure everyone gets a taste, even if you can't give them all they want. In the business world, it's about deciding how to distribute your limited resources like cookies among different products or services. Number 1, product development. This would be my top priority, as I would want to make sure that I'm offering a product or service that is truly innovative and valuable to my target market. I would allocate a significant portion of my budget to research and development, as well as to hiring talented engineers and designers. Imagine your dream business is like a spaceship blasting off to make people's lives better. But before you zoom off, you need the coolest, most awesome ship ever, right? That's where product development comes in. It's like designing and building that incredible spaceship or service that your target audience will go gaga over. Imagine your dream business is like a spaceship blasting off to make people's lives better. But before you zoom off, you need the coolest, most awesome ship ever, right? That's where product development comes in. It's like designing and building that incredible spaceship or service that your target audience will go gaga over. Think of it this way: research and development. This is like exploring alien planets, figuring out what fuels your spaceship, what problem does it solve, and what fancy gadgets it needs, what features make it awesome. You might hire some brainy scientists, researchers, and tinkerers, engineers to help you on this mission. Talented engineers and designers. Now imagine having the best alien spaceship builders at your side. Hiring skilled engineers and designers is like bringing those blueprints to life, making your spaceship sleek, efficient, and oh so desirable. Product development is all about making sure your business idea isn't just a cool thought bubble, but a real, tangible thing that people will love. It's like pouring your heart and soul into crafting the perfect solution, something that stands out from the crowd and makes a real difference. And of course, you invest in this because you want your spaceship to be the envy of the whole galaxy. Number 2, marketing and sales. I would also need to spend a significant amount of money on marketing and sales in order to get the word out about my business and attract customers. I would use a variety of channels such as online advertising, social media marketing, and public relations to reach my target audience. Imagine you've baked the most incredible cake you've ever made, moist, fluffy, with layers of rich frosting and maybe even some edible glitter for good measure. It's a masterpiece. But if you just leave it sitting on the counter in your kitchen, who will know how amazing it is? That's where marketing and sales come in. They're like your cake's personal cheerleaders, shouting its praises from the rooftops, or, more realistically, the internet. Marketing is all about building awareness and generating excitement about your business. It's like putting up posters in the neighborhood, sending out invitations to a tasting party, or even creating a catchy jingle that gets stuck in everyone's head. Number 3, customer service. I would want to make sure that my customers have a positive experience with my business, so I would invest in providing excellent customer service. I would train my employees to be helpful and knowledgeable, and I would make it easy for customers to contact me if they have any questions or concerns. Imagine you're running a bakery filled with the most scrumptious cookies and cakes. You want everyone who walks in to feel welcome, warm, and like they just found their happy place. That's what great customer service is all about. It's like having that super friendly and helpful baker who always remembers your favorite treat, patiently answers your questions about ingredients, and even throws in a bonus smile for good measure. They make you feel valued, heard, and excited to come back for more. In your dream business, you want to be that baker. You want your customers to walk away feeling like their needs were met with a smile, not a shrug. So here's how you can bake up some amazing customer service. Training your employees, think of them as your baking assistants. They need to know everything about your products or services, be able to answer any questions with confidence, and have a sprinkle of friendliness on top. Making it easy to connect, don't hide behind a locked door. Be open to calls, emails, messages, even carrier pigeons if that's what your customers prefer. Make sure they can reach you when they need a helping hand or a second slice of cake. Being helpful and knowledgeable, remember that friendly baker? They're always ready to suggest the perfect pastry for your mood, offer tips on pairing it with coffee, and even share their secret sprinkles recipe, if you're lucky. Your employees should be your customers' culinary guides, ready to navigate any question or concern with a smile. Investing in good customer service is like adding that extra pinch of love to your recipe. It makes your business stand out, keeps your customers coming back for more, and turns them into your biggest fans. So go forth, spread the customer service cheer, and watch your dream business become the sweetest spot in town. Number 4, technology. I would also need to invest in technology in order to run my business efficiently. This would include things like computers, software, and internet access. I would also need to make sure that my website and any other online platforms are up to date and secure. Imagine your business is like a super cool spaceship blasting off towards success. Technology is the fuel that keeps it soaring, the fancy buttons and dials that make it whiz around the galaxy. Computers, think of them as the engine room, crunching numbers, storing data, and making sure everything runs smoothly. You need a reliable team of computers, like trusty robots, taking care of the nitty-gritty. Software, these are the special tools that let you do all the fun stuff, like designing, marketing, selling, and talking to customers. Imagine it like having a robot chef, a robot artist, and a robot receptionist all rolled into one. Internet access, this is the fuel line, the cosmic highway that connects your spaceship to the whole universe. You need a strong, steady connection so your rocket can zoom past the competition. Website and online platforms. These are your shiny launchpad and communication hub. They're where people can find you, learn about your awesome business, and blast off on their own space adventures with you. But just like any good spaceship, you gotta keep it shiny and secure. That means making sure your website and platforms are always up to date, with the latest tech and strongest shields to keep those pesky space pirates away. Number 5, operations. I would need to have a solid plan for how I would operate my business on a day-to-day basis. This would include things like hiring employees, setting up office space, and developing systems for accounting, inventory, and customer relationship management. Think of it as the engine that keeps your dream business humming smoothly. It's the behind-the-scenes magic that ensures everything runs like clockwork, from hiring the perfect team to keeping track of every paperclip. Or, well, maybe not every paperclip, but you get the idea. Imagine this. You've got your amazing product or service, and customers are lining up. But if you don't have a solid operations plan, things can get messy fast. It's like trying to bake a cake without measuring ingredients or preheating the oven. Things might turn out okay-ish, but it'll be a lot more stressful, and the results probably won't be amazing. So, what exactly goes into this operations plan? Let's break it down into bite-sized pieces. Building your team, setting up your HQ, keeping the numbers in check, inventory, keeping your customers happy. Remember, operations isn't just about boring paperwork and spreadsheets, although some paperwork is inevitable, let's be honest. It's about creating a foundation that allows your business to thrive. It's the invisible force that lets you focus on what you do best, making your dream a reality. Number 6, legal and accounting. I would need to make sure that I am complying with all applicable laws and regulations. I would also need to keep track of my finances and make sure that I am on track to profitability. Imagine your dream business as a brand new spaceship blasting off to success. Legal and accounting are like your trusty navigation system and fuel gauge, making sure your journey is smooth and you don't run out of resources. Think of laws and regulations as the traffic rules of the business universe. Just like you wouldn't want to zoom through a red light with a police car watching, following the legal guidelines keeps your business safe from fines and trouble. This includes things like getting proper licenses, paying taxes correctly, and treating employees fairly. Accounting is like your spaceship's fuel gauge. It helps you track how much money fuel you have and how much you're burning. You don't want to be soaring through space only to realize you're about to crash land empty. Regularly checking your income and expenses tells you if you're making a profit, yay, or need to adjust your course, whoops. By understanding both, you can make smart decisions about things like how much to charge for your products or services, how to invest your money, and whether you need to hire someone to help manage your finances. It's not always the most exciting part of the journey, but it's essential for a safe and happy landing. Number 7. Contingency. I would need to have a plan for what I would do if something unexpected happened, such as a natural disaster or a recession. I would want to make sure that I have enough money saved up to cover any unforeseen expenses. You ever present what if of business? Even the brightest suns have occasional clouds, and it's wise to be prepared for those rainy days. That's where contingency comes in, your trusty umbrella for the unexpected storms. Think of it like this. You're setting sail on your entrepreneurial adventure, and just like any good captain, you wouldn't set off without checking the weather forecast and packing an emergency kit, right? Contingency is that kit, stocked with the tools and resources to keep your ship afloat if the seas get rough. Number 8. Personal expenses. I would also need to factor in my own personal expenses when allocating funds for my business. This would include things like food, housing, and transportation. Imagine you're building a sandcastle on the beach. You've got buckets of sand, shiny shells, and a whole lot of creativity. But even the grandest sandcastle needs a solid foundation, right? That's where your personal expenses come in. Think of them as the invisible walls under your business castle. They're the food that fuels your brainwaves, the roof over your head that keeps you focused, and the wheels that get you to meetings and hustle for clients. You wouldn't build a castle without sand, and you wouldn't build a business without taking care of yourself. So, when you're figuring out how to spend your business bucks, make sure to set aside some dough for the basics, groceries to keep your energy up, a comfy place to sleep off your brilliant ideas, and maybe even a fancy bus pass if you're feeling like a high roller. Remember, a hungry, sleepless entrepreneur is no match for a looming deadline. But here's the cool part. Taking care of yourself isn't just a necessity, it's an investment. A well-rested, well-fed you is a creative powerhouse, a master negotiator, and a client-charming machine. You'll be so much more productive and happy when you're not worrying about where your next meal is coming from. Number 9. Investments. If I have any extra money left over, I would invest it in order to grow my wealth. This could include things like stocks, bonds, or real estate. Imagine you have a little piggy bank overflowing with extra coins. Instead of just letting them sit there, you decide to plant them in a magical garden called the investment patch. Here, your coins can sprout and grow into even more money, like little money trees. That's kind of how investing works. When you have some extra cash, instead of spending it all right away, you can invest it in things like stocks, bonds, or real estate. These are like different types of seeds you can plant in your investment patch. Number 10. Charity. I would also like to give back to my community by donating to charity. I would choose a cause that I am passionate about and make a regular donation. Giving back to the community is like adding sprinkles of good karma to your entrepreneurial cake. It feels amazing, makes the world a sweeter place, and shows you're not just about the Benjamins. Think of it like this. Imagine your dream business as a rocket blasting off into success. But instead of leaving a trail of smoke and pollution, it leaves a sparkling path of positive impact. Choosing a cause you're passionate about is key. Maybe you're an animal lover who dreams of building a cat sanctuary, or an environmental warrior with a vision for planting 1 million trees. Whatever it is, Find something that makes your heart sing and fuels your desire to help. All right, dreamers and strategists, we've reached the summit of our financial adventure. We've explored 10 epic ways to sling those funds and fuel your dream business into a roaring success. But before we all float back down to earth on rainbow parachutes of achievement, let's leave with a bang, shall we? Remember, these aren't just boring old budgeting tips. These are the rocket boosters that'll send your passion project into orbit. Think of them as your personal financial cheat codes, unlocked by the power of your awesome brain and even awesomer entrepreneurial spirit. Thank you for watching, like and subscribe.